Welcome to Kids Planet. I hope you're ready for another episode of In the Beginning. For all 4 weeks of this series, we were able to invite some very special friends to join us. So remember, look for some more little minions. Now we're just about to head over to the lab and check out the experiments that intern and Professor Hannahstein have worked on just for us this week. But one thing before we head over there, do you guys know all about the adventure store?
The Kids Planet Adventure Store is fully stocked with plenty of amazing choices of prizes that can be purchased with Cosmic Cash. Cosmic Cash can only be earned when kids join us in person at a Kids Planet classroom. There are a bunch of different things that can help earn you some extra Cosmic Cash, but no matter how much you earn or which Sagebrush campus you go to, the Adventure Store at your location is where you'll be spending it on things like these. Just remember, the #1 rule for spending Cosmic Cash in the Adventure Store, these prizes are for kids only. So what are you waiting for? Come to the Adventure Store and start your spending spree today.
Intern, are you in here? Honestly, intern, do you remember anything I say? I told you yesterday that we were starting an experiment outside this morning. Come along, you too. But Kids Planet, we're jumping right into things with a super fun task where intern we dropping different objects from way up there in order to see if any of the objects can fly. What is it, intern?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we didn't forget about doing a safety warning.
Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, intern.
Okay, kids, we're gonna have lots of fun today with these cool experiments. But this is a reminder to never do this at home. We are taking special precautions to make sure that we're putting safety first.
Safety first.
Yes, safety first.
Alrighty, to get this thing started, here to tell us what objects they chose for today's experiment is Minion. Hello there, Minion. Why don't you tell us what objects intern will be testing? Look, intern has dropped the feather and here it comes. It's maybe not quite flying as much as floating down. What's next, Minion? Most excellent. What's our next test subject? What is that? Oh, it's a penny. Nice work, Minion. Did not fly. All right, Minion, show us. Ah! Oh, a pillow. All right, what do you have next for us? Excellent, a classic. Let's see how it flies. I definitely thought it would fly, but it actually fell. Okay, Minion, how many more? Oh, wow, we're down to our final 2? Okay, how about you reveal both of them now? Interesting choice. You have chosen A. Wait, Minion, is that a bowling ball? No, we can't drop a bowling ball off the roof. That is incredibly dangerous. We must stop him. Intern!
I was just wondering if it's a good idea that we drop this bowling ball. Seems really dangerous.
Excellent deduction, intern. Let's not drop the bowling ball.
Oh, okay. Should I still drop this pool floaty?
Sure, why not? Alright, so not many of our test subjects could even float through the air, let alone fly. What's to do with that? And why is it that some animals can fly and others can't? Like us, can we fly? Right, we can't fly. So let's look at why birds are able to fly. Well, obviously, birds have wings, and we do not have wings. Did you know that birds are actually some of the lightest animals when it comes to weight? This is necessary in helping them fly because it means that they are working against gravity less than other animals. Intern! Would you like to quickly explain gravity to the kids?
Super short science with an intern.
Gravity is the invisible force pulling every object down on Earth to the ground. Gravity is why each of us will just float off into space. But gravity also will pull heavier objects down towards Earth more than lighter objects.
Correct! So the light-weighted birds makes it easier for them to move into the air since less gravity is working against them. Birds also tend to have their weight mostly at the center of their bodies rather than the sides or the front or the back. This helps to provide them with the balance that they need to fly.
Whereas we, as in humans, carry a lot of our weight pretty evenly throughout our body. Our arms, our legs, and even our heads are all very heavy.
Well then, it sounds like you'll need to let those dreams of flying without an airplane go.
Maybe. Or I could come up with a brilliant invention that
Yes,
will...
yes, perhaps you will. Well, Kids Planet, there's another kind of fascinating animal I'd like to discuss today. Underwater animals. They too can do many things that we cannot. Like how some animals are able to breathe underwater.
Or float.
We can float too.
Oh, yeah.
Intern, do you not know how to float? Don't feel bad, Intern. It takes time to learn how to float and swim. But luckily, we can all take that time to learn. What we can't learn to do is breathe underwater.
So, how do fish do it?
I'm so glad you asked, Intern. You might be surprised to hear that fish actually need oxygen to breathe just like we do.
But they can't breathe regular air like we're doing right now, can they?
That's right, Intern. That's why fish have these things called gills to help them breathe in the water. Gills are like these little slits on each side of the fish right by their head. So when a fish opens their mouth, the water will flow into their body and out through their gills. And the gills will absorb the oxygen from the water as it passes through.
And the water that flows back into the ocean when the fish are done, now it has carbon dioxide, like we do when we take a breath out.
Excellent, Intern! Now we've got one last activity for us to do together today. A game!
We have 3 mysterious items.
And we're going to see if you guys can guess, will it float? Alrighty, Intern, what's our first object? A feather! Okay, kids, what do you think? Will it float? Well, it looks like it's floating. What's next, Intern? Ooh, a baseball. Okay, will it float? Oh, wow, it looks like it's floating. Okay, what's next? Ooh, a candle. What do you guys think? Will it float? Whoa, it's floating. There you have it.
Well, actually, Professor, I wanted to try one more item. It's my pet rock.
Okay, kids, sink or float?
I'm pretty sure he'll float. He likes to swim. Oh.
Ah, he sank. Oh, hi, Bubble Bob.
Hello, Professor. And hello to you, Kids Planet. I'm so excited for the part of the creation story we're reading today because we get to take a look at so many of the incredible things God made way back in the beginning. Let's get right to it and dive in, like those underwater animals the professor talked about, and begin reading with Genesis 1, verse 20. Then God said, "Let the waters swarm with fish and other life. Let the skies be filled with birds of every kind." So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that scurries and swarms in the water, and every sort of bird, each producing offspring of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply. Let the fish fill the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth." And evening passed, and morning came, marking the 5th day. Wow! Can you believe it? Day 5 is what brought us so many of the beautiful creatures we see on earth today. And God made each and every one of them all by himself. Let's see what God does for day 6. Then God said, "Let the earth produce every sort of animal, each producing offspring of the same kind. Livestock, small animals that scurry along the ground, and wild animals." And that is what happened. Hey, that sounds kind of like the dogs and cats so many of us have as pets today. God made all sorts of wild animals, livestock, and small animals, each able to produce offspring of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. God made so many amazing creatures, from the ones that fly like the birds we see today, to the fish and so many other animals that swim and live underwater. Now, I think it's about time to hear from, you guessed it, Vince and Hannah.
Hey Kids Planet, today we're going to take a look at some of the animals we just read about and then talk about those verses.
First, you'll head over to the aquarium with Hannah. Then you'll come find me and hear about some incredible species of birds.
Isn't it amazing that God created so many different animals, all with such incredible abilities?
Like flying.
Or breathing underwater.
Well, I don't think we have any time to waste, so let's go.
So many different animals in the aquarium. Some are mammals, some can breathe underwater, some of them have crazy colored scales, while others can blend right in with their surroundings. And God made each and every one of these amazing creatures. Isn't that incredible? Like, did you know that jellyfish have a mouth inside their bubble-shaped body that they use to eat? But that is also what the jellyfish use to squirt water that helps propel them through the water. Did you know that stingrays are actually related to sharks? And you'll never guess where spiny lobsters keep their eggs before their babies hatch. Right underneath their own tail. Now it's time for you to go check out some flying creatures that were also created by God. But I'll just hang out here. See you guys soon.
Vultures are kind of birds that eat other animals called a bird of prey. And the lap-faced vulture is the largest bird of prey living in Africa with a 9-foot wingspan. That means when their wings are out to the side and open, their wings are like a whole 3 feet wider than this. Did you guys know that the Sagebrush dove is actually extinct in the wild? That means this bird doesn't exist outside of places like this zoo. There's probably less than 100 of these birds left on the planet. Isn't it crazy that with so many birds God created, He even created birds like penguins that can spend a whole lot of time underwater, and a bunch of different kinds of penguins too. Oh, hey Hannah. I thought you'd want to sit this one out since we're talking about birds.
I actually don't mind penguins.
Well then, do you want to tell the kids about all the different kinds of penguins we have here on Earth?
Yeah, I actually know this fact since I was just reading up about it. Get this, kids. We have 18 different species of penguins across the world. Isn't that crazy?
I know, right? So many birds that can swim better than they can even fly. Pretty funny to think about it.
Definitely. And that's probably why I kind of like penguins. Well, I hope you guys had fun coming along with us and learning about just a few of the amazing creatures God created.
And there are so many more amazing, crazy, cool creatures all over the world.
But the coolest part of it all is that they were all made by God.
And it is so wild to think about only God could create such wonderful creatures.
Every creature on this planet has come from God. The ones that fly, the ones with fur, the ones with scales, the ones that breathe underwater, the ones that lay eggs. God made them all.
Even back in the very beginning, God was busy creating this masterpiece that we call home today, and every living part of it, every single plant and animal.
And there's so much more that makes each one unique. Think about all the different colors and shapes of flowers there are all around the world.
And think about how God came up with the animals like tigers and giraffes, but also turtles and whales, all on his own. That's why this week we really want you to remember only God could create such wonderful creatures.
God is so incredibly powerful and deserving of all our praise. You know, there's one other amazing thing that God made on day 6, but it's so important that we are going to spend all our time talking about it next week.
See ya.